Hi guys, James on the Grand here, and let's talk about something I want to call the fly trap. And the reason why I call it this is whenever you fish on a river, everybody strongly believes in a certain color of fly, a variation. Like it is the do-all, end-all fly. Like this, like example. This is the Stone Ghost. This is the only fly that catches fish on the Grand. You know, other flies are no good. They're all junk. Well, it's not true. This is a river favorite, the Stone Ghost. This is on my logo. And the reason I wanted to use it is because it is the most used fly on this river. With reason, it has nice colors and it is extremely visible from our eyes in the water. That's it. That is the reason. You could go up on the bank and look down into the water and you could see this 100 feet away. It has tinsel in it. It shines, it sparkles. It is, what more could you want? Now, the reason why I say flies are such a trap is because people will always convince you that you need certain patterns and you'll keep buying and buying and buying. Now, this is my opinion, just my opinion, and I really believe in it. I do not think the colors and the variations matter so much. In fact, whenever I select my fly, when I arrive at a pool, it is mostly based off the size of the fly. Now, when you hear the beginning of the season, big water, big fly, that is because this water is high. The flow rate is very strong, so you want the biggest fly possible to help hold it, like we talked about before, maybe 4 to 6 inches under the surface of the water, so it's not skating. That is why we use the big flies. So that really matters. The size really matters. And the key is you want to go as small as you can, always, for your fly selection, but also keep it under the surface. And I'll tell you why I think about that. The reason I think we do that is because we want this fly to sneak up on the salmon. And as it just swings by, they will see it last second and you will trigger an instinct where they will take the hook. It surprises them. It surprises them. That is what you really want to do. Small fly, the smallest fly you can that stays under the surface. That's the only thing that matters. Now, the only reason that I have a few different colors of flies is because I will fish my whole pool with this fly. I'll cover it. After I cover it, if I do not get any action or anything, I will change it to a different color, not because I believe in it more, but because it's a morale boost. You're doing something different. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. You don't want to cover the same pool with the same fly. It would be just as effective, in my opinion, but you feel better when you change the fly. You really do. It gives you hope. It looks pretty. You really believe in it. Everybody has their favorites. So another thing I will also do is, let's say if I rise a fish, I get the attention off my Stone Ghost. The fish comes up, doesn't really want it, takes a look at it, doesn't look at it again. Well, I will switch my fly to something completely different, just to surprise them. It could be a different size hook, different pattern, whatever. You pass the same line over that fish with a completely different hook, you might get a different result. Now, we don't know if it's a different swing, if it is the color, can't prove it. It could, we don't know. But in my opinion, I really don't think it is. And if this fly doesn't get a reaction out of the salmon, what I'll do is I'll go right back to the original fly that I got a reaction out of. Often enough, that works. That is how you work a salmon. If I become really desperate and the Stone Ghost does not work, well, we visibly see where that salmon is. We know where he is. We could hit him with a dry fly. There's 3 ways to work a salmon right there. And I really do not believe in these colors. I really don't. I'll give a good example. Whenever I started guiding, I tried to have almost one of every fly. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then there was this guide, 73 years old. His name was Conrad. That man, I am not kidding, would fish this fly all the time. I would almost rarely see him change it, and if he did, it was the examples I just gave you. Using only this fly, the Stone Ghost, with exceptions of changing it for working a fish, he did just as well as everybody else. So that makes you think. It could be experience, it could be luck, or maybe the fly doesn't really matter. That's really my opinion. Hook size, huge. It's my number one. Color variation, type of fly, does not matter to me. I'll put on whatever makes the guest happy, whatever they believe works, as long as I feel it stays below the surface and does its job. Another thing I will do, this is a size 4. Size 4 and up, I go with a single hook. Just because I believe it looks nicer in the water. Whenever I go below a size 4, I'll go doubles. Reasoning is, the doubles weigh a little bit more. I could get away with a smaller looking fly with a double because it weighs a little bit more. And it also makes me feel better because I believe once a hook gets so small, you just want 2 hooks to grab a little extra meat. You know what I mean? That's what makes me feel better, guys. That's all flies do. They are just a morale boost. What do you get a good feeling about? That's it. So, we already covered June, July, August. We're going as small as we can to sneak up on the salmon. Come September, this is our only variation. September fishing is different. These fish get more aggressive. They're spawning. They're no longer grabbing flies out of surprise or instincts. They've already been hooked multiple times. They've already seen every fly thousands of times. They've seen every type of cast. So what you have to do is be bold. This is a leech. This is something very common on the river. There's all different colors. There's pink, purple. You could use muddlers. Whatever atrocity you could find at your local fish shop, September is the time to use them. Hit these fish with something different they've never seen before. Try to trigger that aggression. They will want to take this fly just to get it out of their face. And that's all there really is to it, to me, when it comes to fly selection. That is why I honestly call it the fly trap. You feel like you need so many different variations of flies, but in my opinion, you honestly don't. But if you want an idea, just an idea of what to use, I'll show you what I use personally. It's always my go-tos. They're always my go-tos. And I really just show them. Stone Ghost. I'll use it all season. This fly's always good. There's nothing wrong with it. Very visible. River favorite. With reason. We use it all the time. Most used fly. We use it all the time. Catches the most fish. Go figure. Undertaker. Very popular fly at night. My go-to. I use it all the time. I've tried other flies, I always go back to it. I use it the most, catch the most fish. Out to lunch. I use this fly specifically for tannin water. If the water is dirty or a tea color, I believe in this fly just because the color really pops. This is like a glow stick in the water. In that tannin water, you could see this from far away. And the reason why it's so important for me to see that fly is because if I know where the fly is in the water, I could follow it with my eyes and I could see if there's any salmon coming for it, if there's any action around the fly. This is the best way to tell. You have to choose a fly that you could see. But that's it, guys. That is my video on the fly trap. So I know you're gonna get a lot of different opinions. I'm not saying they're wrong. I just feel like it is a bunch of fluff. You'll read some websites and they select their flies based on the color of the grass, the barometric pressure, which way the wind's blowing. To me it's a bunch of fluff. Just choose what flies make you happy which ones you feel are pretty, but most importantly, choose a fly that is the correct hook size. That's the only thing that matters. Alright guys, have a good day.